3, the Honourable Pete Hodgson.
Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Prime Minister and reads, does he stand by his advice to the House last Tuesday that he accepts former Minister Pansy Wong, quote, made an unplanned and inadvertent mistake?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, yes, because that was the finding of the independent McPhail report.
The Honourable Pete Hodgson.
Supplementary question to the Prime Minister. Would he be surprised to learn that, having approved his minister's private travel to China in December 2008, Mrs Wong was greeted in Lianyunggong by a large pre-printed banner which, translated, read, "Warm welcome to New Zealand Cabinet Minister to visit and inspect our company," close quote. Does he therefore still believe the trip was private and the mistake unplanned and inadvertent?
The Right
Speaker,
Honourable Prime
to the
Minister.
latter part of the question, yes, and to the former part of the question, no, because when one goes to China and one is an important person, often there are banners. I accept that that member would have never had one other than goodbye and see you later, but on our side we get lots.
The Honourable Pete Hodgson.
Supplementary to the...
Order. The Honourable Pete Hodgson.
Supplementary question to the Prime Minister. Would he be surprised to learn that Mrs Wong then inspected that company and encouraged, quote, the staff members of Hovercraft to be innovative and brave, and she wished the company achieve a great success in the nearest future, close quote, and noting that her husband is a part owner of that company, does it now occur to him that the trip to Lianyunggong was motivated by matters other than attending the flower show, as Mrs Wong claimed?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister, insofar as he has responsibility.
Speaker, no, it was knowledge that Pansy Wong went and visited that company. Wishes and good wishes to people who work there are not unusual things to express.
The Honourable Pete Hodgson.
Would he be further surprised to learn that while in Lianyunggong City, Mrs Wong met with the Chief Secretary of the city and, quote, attended the signing ceremony of Cooperation Framework Agreement between New Zealand Pure Natural Limited and the People's Government of Nishan Town, Donghai, Lianyunggong City, all of this on a private trip that he approved? And did he know that the majority shareholder of New Zealand Pure Natural Limited is Sammy Wong, who was also there on a taxpayer-funded trip?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, no, I have no knowledge of that, but what I can say to the member, as I've said the whole way through, if the member wants to take anything to the Auditor General or the police, he's more than welcome to do so, and the resignation of Pansy Wong from Parliament does not alter that one little bit.
Supplementary,
The
Mr.
Honourable
Speaker.
Pete Hodgson.
Acknowledging that Mrs Wong's resignation does not alter that fact one bit in respect of the possibility that public monies may have been misused, will he now agree to refer these issues to the Auditor General, showing leadership that he managed to discover with earlier ministers but somehow not with this minister?
Order. The Prime Minister has no responsibility for members travelling on a private trip, and I don't see why the Prime Minister is responsible for that issue. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, the Prime Minister has the ability as Prime Minister to refer anything he wishes to the Auditor General, and being asked whether he intends to do what he'd done previously. Not all of the things, for example, Mr Heatley's travel were ministerial travel, sir. The Prime Minister has a right and he should exercise it.
The Prime Minister may answer insofar as it's simply seeking his view of something. It doesn't automatically mean the Prime Minister has responsibility. The Right Honourable Prime Minister to answer it insofar as he can.
Mr Speaker, no, and that, because for me to do it would rely on the information that Pete Hodgson has or thinks he has, and actually in my experience of Pete Hodgson, he's more often wrong than he's right.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
As the Prime Minister has acknowledged, he knew nothing about a second visit to a company largely owned by Mr Wong. Does he still stand by his statement of the 9th of December, quote unquote, that there is no basis for further investigation?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes, and if any member wants to take any allegations to the police or the Auditor General, they should feel free to do so.
Supplementary
The
question,
Honourable Leader of the
Mr
Opposition.
Speaker. Does he stand by his statement on the 9th of December that Mrs Wong's misuse of a taxpayer-funded trip was simply, quote, an innocent mistake, and she was certainly fit to remain as a Member of Parliament, end quote. If so, how does he explain the Wong's failure to come clean with Mr McPhail about the full extent of their business dealings while in China on a taxpayer-funded trip?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes, I stand by my statement, and the Leader of the Opposition is making unfounded allegations.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Why was the Prime Minister in this morning's media so keen to see referred to the Auditor-General unproven allegations against Len Brown, Mayor of Auckland, when he's not prepared to send proven allegations against the Wongs to the Auditor-General?
That's right.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, they're not proven, and I'm not the one sending them in the case of Len Brown.
Question number 4, Sandra Gowdy. I beg your pardon. Point of order, the Honourable Pete Hodgson.
I've got a number of documents which I seek leave to table. The first is called a Supreme Newspaper. It is a newsletter of Liaogang Supreme Hovercraft Limited dated January 2009. It is off a website which has subsequently been taken down, and it has, as well as the original Mandarin and photographs, an English translation.
Leave us sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection. There is objection. Point of order, the Honourable
Mr Speaker, when people object, they must say so. The Prime Minister can't object by nodding.
Order. The Prime Minister, I thought I heard the Prime Minister say yes. Well, I'm sorry, but the Speaker's the determines that matter. The Honourable Pete Hodgson, further point of order.
I have from an extract from the New Zealand Companies Office database regarding New Zealand Pure and Natural Limited, showing shareholding, major shareholding by Sammy Wong and other shareholdings, including Jenny Shipley.
Leave us sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection. Order. Members may note that it's a point of order being heard. The Honourable Pete Hodgson.
Sir, a document from the Lianyungang City Overseas Exchange Association website congratulating Pansy Wong on becoming a new Cabinet Minister in New Zealand, dated December the 2nd, 2008, acknowledging she is going to travel to Lianyungang towards the end of the year, and she did actually 3 weeks later on an unplanned trip.
Leave us sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection. Question number 4, Sandra Gowdy.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.